Aloha. Today I want to show you how to use a stitch wire to put your stitches from a sweater on hold. I looked up how to use a stitch wire on YouTube but couldn't find a video, and so I went searching on my own on how to do this, and I thought, let me show you how to use a stitch wire from what I've learned. This is a stitch wire. I purchased this from onling.com, which is here, Onling. And they had these stitch wires available for pretty reasonable cost. They were $3. Maybe that's a lot for plastic tubing, but to me, it was worth it. So I purchased it, and I think it's gonna hold my stitches much better than a waste yarn, which kind of makes it a little bit loose, and the stitches sometimes get too tight. This is about 1 meter long. I'm going to take it and cut it in half. It might even be too long for what I need, but it's the first time I'm using it, so I'm just gonna give it a try and cut this on in half. And then what you do is you take this little tube here, if you can see it, and you actually place it on the end of another knitting needle. I'm gonna use a double pointed needle for this. Oops. And you just put it on the end. You see that I attached it to the end. It's pretty firm. It doesn't look like it's gonna come off, except that I keep messing with it. And now I'm going to actually these are my stitches that I need to take off and place them on waste yarn for my sweater that I'm knitting. And I'll go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna take off 38 of the stitches. I'll be right back so you don't have to watch all of this. Okay, I'm down to about the last 5 stitches that I need to put on the stitch wire. So I'm about done with that. That is all the stitches I need to place on my stitch wire. So basically I'm just gonna pull this through. And let's hope the stitch wire does not come off. And it has not. It was successful to go through all of the stitches, and you'll see I do have quite a bit left. I certainly don't need that much, so I might cut it back even further just so I have extra in case I need it next time. But I really don't need that much. This off. Tie it in a knot. It's plastic and it's pretty grippy, so I'm going to think that it's going to hold pretty well when I tie it into a knot. This might not be the best knot, but it's holding really well. And so there you have it. There are my sleeve stitches on a stitch wire to hold it in place so I don't lose these stitches. And it's got a nice definition. I like the yellow. It outlines the blue yarn. It's neat, so I like it. I recommend these. They're pretty easy to put on, and they're certainly not as wonky as waste yarn might be. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this demonstration. It's my first demo video. I don't know if I'll do any more, but I'm certainly happy to pass on this instruction on how to use a stitch wire. Thank you. Aloha.